Good morning. I'm Allie Lanyon.
And I'm James Crone. We're on the air right now awaiting a news conference after a Lebanon police officer was shot and killed in the line of duty.
2 other officers were also shot and are now in the hospital. We just got brand new information into our newsroom. The big thing that we just learned is the name of the police officer who was killed. Police have identified him as Lieutenant William Lebo. We are told he lost his life in the line of duty while responding to this domestic situation yesterday afternoon.
Yeah, this happened around 3:30 when police were called to that home. It's on Forest Street there in Lebanon for the domestic disturbance. The news conference is getting ready to get underway. Let's take a listen right now.
Is everyone ready? Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. On March 31st of 2022, at approximately 3:30 p.m., the Lebanon City Police Department was dispatched to 1108 Forest Street in Lebanon City. While the initial call came in as a domestic disturbance, the police investigation later determined a forcible burglary occurred. Upon entering that residence, the police officers encountered immediate gunfire. Lieutenant William Lebo lost his life yesterday in the line of duty. 2 other officers sustained serious injuries. They are stable but in critical care. The Lebanon County District Attorney's Office and the Lebanon County Detective Bureau responded to the scene immediately. We took over the investigation. The ultimate determinations and findings of that investigation are still ongoing. The facts that we are able to disclose and that are known at this time are as follows. Travis Shad was a 34-year-old Caucasian male. He suffered from a years-long history of mental illness and mental issues. Family attempts to intervene, to provide assistance, were met with his utter resistance. The Forest Street address where law enforcement responded belonged to a family member of Travis Shad. Shad did not live there yesterday and had not done so for years. When the family member returned home from work, he got to that residence and he realized Shad had forcibly broken in to the rear of his home. The family member phoned for law enforcement and police responded. When police attempted to enter the residence, 4 officers encountered immediate gunfire. He immediately opened fire upon 4 uniformed officers. Officers returned fire. Shad was pronounced dead on scene. One of the injured officers was able to radio for help, for law enforcement assistance. Surrounding police departments responded and they carried the wounded to safety. Law enforcement attempted life-saving measures on Lieutenant Lebo to no avail. Lieutenant Lebo lost his life yesterday in the line of duty. A search of that residence revealed multiple firearms throughout the home. The firearm that Shad himself utilized to attack law enforcement was from that residence. A review of Shad's criminal history showed domestic assaults, domestic disturbances, and a protection from abuse order, as well as a violation. Every time a police officer responds to a call, he risks his life. Every single time. He responds knowing that upon entering that scene, upon encountering a suspect, he may pay the ultimate sacrifice to protect his community, to keep each one of us safe. Yesterday, Lieutenant William Lebo, on March 31st of 2022, paid that ultimate sacrifice. He laid down his life for our community and for his brothers. The Lebanon City Police Department, every law enforcement agency that responded yesterday to provide assistance, they acted with utter bravery. The actions of every officer, every man and woman on scene, every medic deserves to be commended for the fearless actions they took yesterday. Our thoughts and prayers remain with the Lebanon City Police Department, the family members of the fallen, and the family members of the wounded. And at this time, I'm going to turn commentary over to Mayor Capello.
Thank you. At this time, we would like to release the names of the officers that were injured. Fatally injured was Lieutenant William Lebo, age 63, with 40 years of service with our department. and he had an upcoming retirement date of May 1st. He was 1 month away. Officer Ryan Adams, age 32, has 7 years of service and is in stable condition, as indicated by the DA. Officer Derek Underkoffler, age 32, has 7 years of service as well and is in critical but stable condition. Again, at this time, we continue to be focused on the tragic loss of Lieutenant Lebo and the recovery of Officers Adams and Underkoffler, and also the well-being of all of our other members of the police department. We extend our thanks for the assistance of our county-wide Brothers in Blue for their mutual aid response, and we also thank the community for their outpouring of love and support at this time. We remain strong, and we are committed to serving and protecting our Lebanon community. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, the investigation is obviously ongoing. We ask if anyone has information, has any tips, anything they believe relevant, to contact the Office of the District Attorney. They can do that via telephone, via our Crime Watch website. They can do it anonymously via email online. At this time, again, we just ask all of you keep the family members of the fallen, of the wounded in your thoughts and prayers. And to remember to thank every one of our law enforcement officers for that sacrifice, that risk they take every single day when they go to work to protect each and every one of us. We are taking no questions at this time out of respect for the investigation and for the family members and the officers involved. Thank you.
And so to recap, we had an audible gasp in the studio here this morning when they released that the police officer who was killed in the line of duty responding to this domestic incident yesterday was 63-year-old Lieutenant William Lebo. He had 40 years of service with the department. He was set to retire on May 1st. He was 1 month away from his retirement when he laid down his life and made the ultimate sacrifice.
You heard the DA there just saying that every time an officer responds to a call, he risks his life, and that it was exactly what happened there. We also know the names of the other 2 officers who were injured and taken to the hospital. They are Ryan Adams and Derek Underkoffler. Both have 7 years experience there on the force.
And they are both in critical but stable condition at local hospitals. They did not take any questions at today's news conference. As you heard, they said out of respect for the investigation and out of respect for the families of those involved. Now, we do know the name of the suspect who was killed by police. His name is Travis Shad. He was 34. The district attorney saying that he suffered from years-long mental health issues. The family of Travis Shad tried to intervene multiple times and were met with resistance. This all happened at a home that belonged to one of Shad's family members.
So this all started yesterday afternoon, just to set the scene for what happened. And you can see some video here. 3:30 afternoon, police were called to this home there on Forest Avenue. And what they were initially called there for was a domestic disturbance. What police say what actually happened was a forcible burglary. And they say Travis Shad broke into the home of one of his family members. And then once police arrived there at the scene, he opened fire on them immediately. 4 officers were shot, and one of them, as you heard, fatally shot. 2 others still there in the hospital.
And they said he used a firearm that he got access to inside that house.
And they found multiple firearms inside that home.
They also said that he has a criminal history, including prior domestic assaults, and did have an active protection from abuse order against him.
And a long history of mental illness, they also said.
Yes, they did. But again, the deceased, Lieutenant William Lebo, 63 years old, 40 years of service with the Lebanon Police Department, 1 month shy of his retirement.
We were looking up some stats earlier about officers killed in the line of duty. And there in Lebanon, there have only been just been 3. The last time something like this happened was in 1903.
It's so unbelievably tragic, but to hear that he had put that much service into this community and was so close to retirement, it literally took our breath away to learn that a few moments ago.
Clearly, this is someone that a lot of people knew. The community will be grieving this loss for a very long time. We will continue to stay on top of this story. Any new developments we get, we will bring them to you. We'll continue to talk to the members of that community, find out how they're coping today. We're going to wrap all of this up for you coming up today on ABC 27 News at noon. Okay, and Good Day PA is coming up, but we're first going to take a quick break. We thank you so much for being with us.